afternoon. My name is Eric Rodriguez. I'm Interim Public Relations Director for the Saginaw Chippewa Tribe. For those of you that may not know me, I'd like to welcome everyone here as we celebrate our 2% distribution here this spring, 2016. Just want to start the day off and this afternoon off in a traditional manner with a blessing from our tribal chaplain, Diana Whitmill-Brunhill. So if everybody that could, please stand.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for all who are gathered here on this beautiful day. You are indeed the giver of all good things. Bless all who are here today, Father, with continued unity and vision in our roles as leaders in the respective communities. We ask that you build in us all a deep respect for one another. This we pray, yes, and believe in Jesus' precious name. Amen. Amen.
Be good, Cheyenne. At this time, I'd like to turn it over for a welcome. And to do that, I'd like to introduce our tribal chief, Frank Latier.
Thank you. They didn't clap in Isabella. I was telling somebody earlier, I was standing back there, and they said, "You're not pulling double duty today, are you?" And I said, "No, I'm just standing here. I don't know what to do." So thank you for that. I want to welcome you on behalf of the Saginaw Chippewa Indian Tribe and, of course, our Tribal Council. Once again, here we are, folks. And as I've said many, many times before, without you, without your constituents, and without the tireless efforts of those folks back there along the wall, all of our gaming associates, this would not be possible. 2% is based on profits. It's not based on a guarantee. So we have to remain successful in order to do this, and in order to make a benefit or a difference in the community. When we work together and we play together, this is what happens. So it's a good opportunity all the way around for everyone. Great way to share blessings around the board. So I want to say Chimney-Gwetch to each and every one of you for your patronage, and a huge Chimney-Gwetch to our associates for all the tireless work that you do. Very much appreciated. Because, and I'll say it again and again, without all of that, none of this would happen. I've spent a lot of years facilitating these distributions, and this year I've had the opportunity to actually be a part of it. And I've always talked to you folks about how much work goes into this, and literally how much consideration there is. And when you look at the amount of the dollars that were requested, it's reflective of a tremendous need within our community. It's very hard to make those choices, and I know I've heard it from council members in the past, but having had the opportunity to go through this, I know now firsthand. And it's an eye-opening and very humble experience. But we're going to continue to do what we can so we can better our communities together, and I think that's a win-win situation for everybody. So with that being said, I just want to thank you all for coming. I'm going to hand this back over to Eric and let him run his key. He can do some introductions and talk about the numbers, and then we'll get to the distribution. But welcome and thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, Chief Latier. And just before we get started with the numbers and exactly what we have, I'd like to thank some people here that really made this possible. First and foremost, our leadership. There are a lot of requests that come in, and they spend an enormous amount of time going through these requests, having to pick and choose which ones they're going to be able to honor this year. So if I could take a chance here, I'm going to introduce our tribal council. Obviously, Tribal Chief Frank Latier. We have our Sub-Chief, Brett Jackson. Our District 2 Representative, Ron Nelson. Councilmember Kenny Sprague. Councilmember Ronnie Hacknell. Councilwoman Candace Benzinger. Councilwoman Amanda Oldman. Tribal Chaplain Diana Whitmill-Brunhill. Councilmember Tim Davis. And Councilwoman Lindy Hunt. And our Tribal Council Secretary, Misty Wilking. Along with that, I'd like to introduce some of our staff that make this possible. The public relations staff. Oh yes, I apologize. So I forgot about my constituents here, that the leadership sitting at the table of executive council. I do apologize here, but we have our tribal treasurer, Gail Rule, and our tribal secretary, Michelle Coble. Now, they're probably not going to let me live that down for quite some time, so I do deserve this. So again, my apologies. But as I get back to it, thank some other people that made this possible. We have our public relations staff, Marcella Ed, our manager. She's in the back there. And our public relations assistant, Sandy Spring. We also have some members of our education staff here, Kelly in the back room there, helping facilitate some of those education requests. And then to all of our Saganing Eagles Landing Casino workforce that's sitting in the back room there for everything that you do. Thank you. And then we have our CFO, Mike Johnson, here as well, who's facilitated a lot of the economy requests for us. So thank you. This time, I don't think I forgot anybody, so we can move into some of the numbers. And this 2% cycle for spring 2016, we had a total of 405 requests. 299 came from Isabella County, and 106 came here from Northern Bay and Aranet counties. There were 61 government requests and 45 requests from the schools, totaling $10,319,565.85. So obviously, there was a request there, and the need was there, and we weren't able to honor all of those, but we tried our best to do it with the money that we were allowed. Of that, we were able to honor $757,105.59 to the Saganing district here. So of that, I'd like a big round of applause for the Tribal Council, for the tribal. Our total to date, since 1994, puts us at just over $232 million that has been distributed. So obviously a great impact that we've seen, not only in this community, but also in Isabella County. So once again, I'd really like to thank the leadership, the past administrations, and everybody that's had a part in making sure that communities have this money to better their communities, their schools, and everyone around. So enough about that and what we have here. Thank you, Brent. Let's get around to give away some money here. And first and foremost, we're going to introduce representatives from Aranet County, Dennis Stowawi, the treasurer, who today is receiving $260,152.46. Dennis? Do we have another representative from Aranet County? Mr. Jeff Tromley from Aranet County, please come up.
Sorry about that. I'm only a county commissioner. I don't count these. I'm going to apologize for my jeans. I just called off a corn ladder. Before I get started anything, I want to congratulate Frank for making this chief. You couldn't have picked a better person as chief. We've known each other for quite a while, and we've worked with each other for quite a while, and you really couldn't have done that. I see we have money for roads. Hopefully that'll, no business operates better on mud roads. You gotta get something there that they can. Nobody's going to bring a $100,000 boat through the mud to launch it. They're just not going to. Police cars. We probably use police. With that, I thank you much, and it can only go up from here.
Thank you, Jeff. Well, it's pretty good for not knowing you're going to come here to receive that today, Jeff, so we thank you on that one. Move along here. The next on our agenda for the government side of things will be the city of Eau Claire. Today, they will be receiving $19,000 and collecting from Eau Claire. One second here. I think Mr. Tromley stole my sheet. I think they're trying to sabotage me here today. So we have John Stanley, the city manager from Eau Claire. John, please join us up here.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am John Stanley, the manager for the city of Eau Grais. I just want to stand up here again and humbly receive this generous gift that you once again have partnered with our community. This has been many years coming, and we greatly appreciate it. Part of this grant is going to our DNR Harbor Refuge Improvement Project, which we are really hoping to continue to get moving and make not just an asset for the city of Eau Grais, but also for the community, the greater Eau Grais, greater Aranac County, and the Great Lakes Bay region. So it's certainly a place that's going to be beneficial and just fun for people to come in. Also, we're working on an LED light conversion project, which will help with our savings. Our budget here, municipal finance, is not always the fun thing to deal with, so we do appreciate that partnership. I'll be brief here. Again, we appreciate the partnership that is ongoing, and I look forward to keeping everybody up to date on the progress of these projects as they continue. So, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, John. Moving along here, from the City of Omer Fire Department, Brian Leja, the fire chief, today we're receiving $10,000.
Again, thanks to the whole tribe, the council, everybody involved in doing this. If you look through your sheets, there's a lot of requests that have been approved for the emergency services, whether it's the sheriff, police, especially fire service. With the technology and the regulations that come through NFPA or whatever, we have to keep up our equipment to remain safe for not only the community but the firefighters as well. And with all the money that's been distributed, if we didn't have that coming from the tribe, it would come back to our taxes. So they're saving the whole population of the area very much, and we appreciate it very much. And I want to congratulate Frank too. I've known him for many, many years, and he's been a wonderful man and friend when I've had to do business with him. So congrats again. Thank you.
I think Brian had some good points there as he's talking about public safety and the need here to pass the cost off on our local communities, but rather find those funding sources in other places. So we're very appreciative that we're able to help out in those things to keep the cost down to the city residents, the township residents. So as we move forward, we strive to continue to make those requests and honor those as we're able to. Moving along here, for the city of Payne County, we have City Manager Richard Ryan, Robert Hall, the mayor, and Dave Ramsey, the fire chief. And today the city of Payne County will be receiving $56,289.
Before I turn this over to the fire chief to talk about the truck, I have a question for the chief. Chief Cloutier.
Oh, yes.
Is it still okay to call you Frankie?
Yes, you
Okay, Dickie. We want to thank you for this support of our community, and again, echoing what it saves the taxpayers because of the donations and the contributions from the 2%. It's made my budget every year very easy to do because it's like Christmas. I don't know I'm getting it, so I can have a reserve at the end of the budget, which goes into, thanks to my board, it goes into funds that can be saved to purchase major equipment, bigger trucks, bigger equipment, things that we need that we have to replace due to, as it was referenced, to the NFP standards. That changes. Equipment doesn't wear out, it just gets too old, and we have to replace it to keep our men safe. This money is directed to a brush truck, which is replacing a 1987 Ford chassis. that is used as a support vehicle that will be able to haul our brush truck, which is the water supply for brush fires. It also will be used to pull the mule trailer that we use to go off the road for ice rescues and also brush fires. And it will also be used as a vehicle to pull our air trailer, which was purchased through federal funds for the community, so it can cover not only our 3 areas, but come into Aranac County, go into Bay County, and support those. It also helps. My board is made up of Pinconning Township, Sharon's the supervisor of the city, Bob Hall, and Fraser Township. So I'm kind of like chief. I have to answer to a lot of people, not just one group of people. I have a conglomerate of 3 different entities. So with your support, it makes my job a lot easier, and we thank you very much for your support in our safety. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on, and for the next one, we have the City of Standish receiving $8,328 today, and we have Mayor Mark Wenzel and City Manager Jerry Nelson.
With me today, I have our new city manager, Jerry Nelson, council members Ray Koroleski and Tasha Tunney. We received today $8,638, I believe, to put a new roof on the library. I think it's the original roof that's on the building, and we're sorely been in need of a new roof on there for quite some time. A library is a valuable asset to a community, a small community like Standish. We're very fortunate to have a vibrant facility like we do have. Not only is it a place to check out books, but they offer computer services as well as children's programs and adult programs as well. So with that, we're very, very grateful for having received this money to put the new roof on the library. Thank you.
I just want to repeat Mark's comments. This is going to help out a lot. The library is a very important function of the city. It gets a lot of use, and this is going to help that extend the time that we can actually use that. Thank you.
Thank you for that, guys. Next, we have Aranac Township receiving $1,000. And on behalf of Aranac Township, we have Tim Hagley, Township Supervisor, and Cindy Hallamar, Township Clerk. Do we not have anyone from Aranac Township here? Okay, we do have a fill-in here. Oh, all right. Alan's going to take over for Aranac Township here, so $1,000 today.
All right. I just want to say thank you, and the township can use some money, and we have a lot of little projects we put this towards. So again, thank you, and I guess everybody else was busy today, so thanks.
Thank you. Next up, we have Augrey Township receiving $25,702, and receiving that is Chester T. Polachicek, Township Supervisor. And if I butchered that, Chester T., I do apologize. All right, Mr. P., so I don't mess that up again.
Okay, Chief Frankie? I'd like to thank you for your donation for our work we're doing with our fellow communities. Last year, the city of Augrey and Augrey Township paved South Street, and for our senior citizens, it's a compliment. We get it every week. So it's a safe way to go for them to go to town. So we really appreciate that. And this year, we're working with Current Township to do 1 mile of Bessinger Road through the mud. I mean, you couldn't get through this spring. So school buses are nothing. So we're going to do that. So thank you very much, and we greatly love you for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. T. Next up, we have Deep River Township receiving $18,114.45. Accepting that are Joanne Schwartz, the trustee, and Anne Marie Burschko, the clerk.
We only got me today, it's Anne Marie, and we got Scott Adams, our fire chief, with me. And we are very excited and very thankful for receiving this generous gift of money. We're going to have markers for our cemetery for our fallen soldiers. They hold the United States flag. And we also received money for backpacks for our firemen, to keep our firemen safe. We're really lucky to have a nice volunteer group of guys, and this keeps us safe. So we are very, very thankful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we have Lincoln Township receiving $1,000. And on behalf of Lincoln Township, we have the Township Supervisor, David Hertberg.
Very close, okay. I've been calling for it, so no big deal. Since I wasn't able to be here last fall, a couple of things I'd like to mention here was the completion of Saginaw Road. It really turned out to be a nice project, and only complaint I got on that was people were driving too fast. They got to slow them down. So, it's a really nice road now. Thank you. Thank you on behalf of Lincoln Township and Standish Township. That's everybody tonight. So it was a pretty nice road. Also, last fall we got we had a request for the hall improvement, our BSNA program, which is pretty expensive. So the board review worked out real well this year for us. We're kind of lagging behind everybody else. We're probably one of the last ones to get that. But it did work out really well, so we appreciate that. We're doing a few hall improvements this year too with the rest of the money. And this year's money, homes are in on the hook. Hey, we need some dust on the road and dust control. So I'm sure this $1,000 will go towards dust control. Okay. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Mason Township receiving $16,000. On behalf of Mason Township, Mark Heidman, Township Supervisor, and Darlene Yanish, Township Clerk.
Thank you very much from the township, but not only the township, the community. We're going to do great work for everybody. Short and sweet, so we appreciate it, and nothing goes unnoticed in our township. Thank you.
I think some of these speakers here are hitting home on some very good points here. Some things may not be directly within your township, but you're working with your neighbors, the other members in your community, to put these projects together that benefit some of the neighbors and members of other communities. So the continued collaboration and support that everybody's putting into this does speak volumes, and the council appreciates that. Next on our list, we have Pinconning Township and Sharon Stallsberg, the Township Supervisor, receiving $1,000.
I want to thank the tribe for the monies. We always, when we get our in lieu of tax monies, we like to put it away for special projects for the youth. And we use it for our Christmas party that we have for the youth. We get gloves and hats and everything else. So it always works out great. It's money you don't count on, but it makes something great for the youth of our area. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sharon. Next up, we have Sims Township receiving $1,000. On behalf of Sims Township, Rob Quackenbush, the Township Supervisor.
In our families, we usually have, when we're budgeting, a little bit of money that we call discretionary funds. In local government, there is no such term used. Whether it's township government or, as I'm sure Jeff would agree, also with the county. The dollars that we get from our constituents, their tax money. And anything that we do with that money is, the expenses are scrutinized very, very carefully all the time. And the gifts that we receive like this, they help us out tremendously. Because every dollar that we're able to obtain from other sources outside of our taxpayers help us out tremendously in being able to provide services to our community. Again, thank you very much.
Next on our list, we have the Standish Township receiving $22,600. And on behalf of Standish Township, we have the Township Supervisor, Robert North.
Thank you guys very much. The majority of this is going to the fire authority. This year we bought a new truck, and also I'm sure you're all aware that we have 2 more entities involved now with the fire authority, so this is going to be money that is going to be needed and is going to be very well spent. Thank you.
Next up on our list, we have Turner Township, who are receiving $20,930. And on behalf of Turner Township, we have Township Supervisor Bill Kernerke.
On behalf of Turner Township, I'd like to thank the council and its members for their generosity. Without this 2% money, there's some of these roads we wouldn't be able to do, and all the money for the fire department. So I'd like to say thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Whitney Township is our next recipient, receiving $11,000 today. On behalf of Whitney Township, we have Treasurer John Garris. Mr. Garris does not seem to be with us. Do we have another representative from Whitney Township today? Well, I guess no show, no dough. Chief made that rule, so somebody's going to be happy today. So we will move along. Next on our list is the Village of Twining, receiving $20,000 today. And on behalf of the village, we have Don Ferguson, the president, and Carol Norton, our township clerk.
Well, Carol couldn't make it here today. She's up in Nevada at present. But on behalf of myself and the Village of Twining, I'd like to thank the tribe and tribal council for selecting our small village to receive the 2% distribution. And it helps us a great lot. And so once again, I have to thank you. Thank you very much.
So that is all we have for our government distributions for the spring 2016 year. Now we're going to move into our educational distributions that we have. And obviously education is something that the council strives to put a lot of money into and try to honor a lot of requests. I know there was 45 requests that were put in this year. We're almost able to honor all of them. Just over 40 were honored this year. So we do try to do everything we can and appreciate you guys putting those requests in for the use and the betterment of our youth and their future. So we'll start out with the Aranac Eastern School District. And on behalf of its principal, Bill Lake, today they will be receiving $69,991.90.
Sure, you can come up here. She's our gym teacher, Tasha Tony. Thank you for coming up with me. On behalf of the Aranac Eastern Administration, staff, students, and community, I really want to thank the Tribal Council. I've been with Aranac Eastern for 3 years, and it just amazes me how much the student body knows that you provide for us and appreciate it. It's pretty impressive that the kids do. You know, We struggle like everybody else right now. We're maybe struggling worse than some, most probably. And this allows us to provide a better education for our students than we possibly could without the help. We were really fortunate that we had an easy winter because we didn't think our boiler was going to make it through the winter. And we did make it through the winter, and with our gift from you, we're going to be able to get right on that and get that updated and should be all set for next year. We also are updating our software with this money and providing online education for our kids that they wouldn't be able to get through the teachers that we can provide. So on behalf of the school district, I just want to thank you again.
Thank you. Next, we have the All Gray Sims School District receiving $65,351.33. On behalf of the All Gray School District, we have Superintendent Jeff Collier and K-12 Principal Chad Zion.
Good afternoon. I'm Superintendent Jeffrey Collier, representing the All Gray Sims School District, and I want to express my stealing words from our city manager, John Stanley. I want to express my humble gratitude for these gifts. What game changers you have been to this area. Talk about a lot of different things since I've come up into Aranet County, and the quality of life is second to none. And what these gifts, 4 school districts in Aranet and North Bay, $250,000 is going directly back into education, directly back into the youth for sustainability of that quality of life is amazing. And it's become a sustainable piece that is it's completely founded on partnerships. 2 of the big pieces that we've been generously granted this time around is our dual enrollment. We are partnering with Alpena Community College and offering on-site community college dual enrollment credits. Most of our seniors are graduating almost with associate's degrees. We're mitigating the travel. We're taking away the first generation gap of collegiate success, and we're bringing those talent sets right back into this area. The second thing that we were generously granted on is our new renovation project. We are a feisty, progressive school district that's really high-tech saturated, and we're renovating spaces that represent our new innovation and our STEAM movement, and we're turning this into a new cyber cafe that's going to be gifted back to the entire community. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Collier. I think you bring up some great points here about, just the opportunities that this 2% money provides for our youth in this area. And without this, we don't have some of those opportunities that would once be so far of a dream for some of our youth. But to be able to educate them, give them some of the technological advances that they are given, and really put them at the forefront to be leaders is a huge advantage, and we take pride in that. Next up is the Pink County School District. Today they're receiving $69,646.45. On behalf of the Pink County area schools, we have Superintendent Mike View, High School Principal Tim Hoffman, and Tech Coordinator Jay Bosworth.
Thank you. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Tribal Council, Chief Boltier, for all your support over the years. Been coming here for a number of years, and it doesn't get as exciting as every time I come. It's the same amount of satisfaction and joy that you've given our students, because that's what it's about. It's our students. Without this money, as you know, the budgets in public schools are very tight. And if you look down our list of things, those are things that we would not have been able to pull out of our general fund. And they're things that our students need today. Industrial arts is one of the areas that you'll continually see Pink County receive grants for. A lot of schools don't offer industrial arts anymore in-house. They have to go elsewhere. That allows our students in Pink County to get hands-on skills that the workforce needs in this area without having to forego going to Aranet Career Center, being able to stay in our community. So those are the types of things that you allow for in our district. And I've got 2 gentlemen here who firsthand will tell you makes their job a lot easier. I have Jay Bosworth, our tech coordinator, and Tim Hoffman. They're going to give you a little insight on how it makes their job a lot easier. Okay?
First, I'd just like to thank the tribe and the council. I can say specifically from the tech standpoint, the quality and quantity of technology that we're able to offer the students would not be possible if not for the grants. So I really appreciate that. The 2 grants specifically that we got they're going to go towards upgrading our camera security system just to ensure the safety of the students, and then some switches for our wireless. I have a 3-phase project, and this is phase 2 that's going to upgrade our wireless, so we're more ready for the state testing and just all the new devices that we're getting. Again, thanks to the tribe that are getting in the classrooms and just giving us the ability to take care of them. Thanks.
Again, I'd just like to say thank you to the Tribal Council. The thing that sticks out to me the most as I look down this list is I have students in my building from 6th grade through 12th grade, and I can honestly say that every single one of those students will be touched by one of these things, and that's the most important thing to me. As my staff writes these grants, I want them to reach out to as many students as possible. And I know that approximately 750 students will all have a better educational experience next year because of you. Thanks.
Thank you, gentlemen. Wrapping up, in our final distribution today goes to the Standish Sterling School District, and today they are receiving $60,000. Coming up to receive the funds are high school principal Mark Williams, middle school principal Gary Roper, and business manager Mike Welding.
Hi, I'm Mike Welding, business manager for Standish Sterling, and I'd like to thank the council and the tribe family that makes this 2% distribution possible. It goes a long ways towards filling all the gaps that exist in public school funding at this time. I'd also like to say congratulations to Frank. He's worked with us on this program since its inception in 2008, and good luck in your new endeavors, Frank. And I would also like to say I have totaled up, and Frank said, it's 232 million. And as of today's gift that you're giving Standish Sterling, our total is now $921,000 that you've given to our students to help them with their educational success. And Mr. Williams and Mr. Roper are going to discuss what this spring's money will be.
First, want to say I'm very nervous. This is my first time at this this banquet type thing. So if I seem nervous, I am. Thank you very much. That's an amazing number. So thank you to the council, to the tribe for doing this. I do not live in Arnett County. I work at Standish. I'm very happy to do so. I do live in Southern Bay County. When I talk to educators about what we have available to us, I can see just the jealousy in their eyes, and especially when they're educators and community members, because we are very fortunate, very thankful that this money travels down through to our students. So what we're going to do with ours this year, first of all, the gift for the advanced placement, we are testing all of our students throughout the last couple of years through your generosity, which allows our students to take the advanced placement test at the end of the year, giving them opportunities to earn college credit. And when you have such a high free and reduced lunch population, the tests run over $85 a piece, and this generosity allows us to relieve some of those funds and those expenses for our students for advanced placement, taking the class and also taking the test. The next thing that we're going to do is our security system. As the Penn County folks mentioned, security is very important in our school systems nowadays. So we will be using those monies to upgrade our system and to ensure that we have the proper surveillance that we need to ensure the safety for not only our students, but when our community comes in and uses our facilities, which happens quite a bit. So we're very thankful for that. Also, we'll be updating our fields, again, providing some safety issues for our patrons who come to our fields and watch our events. And so we're very fortunate and thankful for this opportunity to come here and receive this gift. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Gary Roper. I'm the principal at Sandy Sterling Middle School, and I would like to thank the Tribal Council for your gift. You have been excellent in supporting us throughout the years, not only in my building, but also our entire district, our entire community. On a personal level, I live on Saginaw Road, that great blacktop project and the road project that you did over the last few years. That was fantastic. No complaints from the Ropers about how fast the cars are driving by. We don't even hear them anymore. You know, it used to be the gravel road and the washboard and stuff, so we're happy, so thank you for that. Also on a personal level, I'd like to thank or congratulate Chief Cloutier, congratulations, and on a personal level from our family to yours, I know that I talked to you earlier. Thank you so much for all that you do for our community and our families. I do appreciate it. On behalf of my building, we're getting a Chromebook cart. It's a mobile cart. To put things in perspective, 5 years ago, we gave 0 online tests. And through state mandates and different educational programs, we use computers now to give about 18,000 tests in our district a year. And so the use of these computers that we're bringing to our classroom just saves us so much time, so much energy, and allows us now to test in X number of days as opposed to spreading it out over a long period of time. And that way we can get back to the teaching as opposed to testing. But 18,000 tests is what we give. So anyway, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, that will conclude our 2016 Spring 2% distribution. I want to once again thank everyone for coming today, and thank everyone for being collaborative partners and willing to work together. Yep. And actually, we're going to bring Chief up here for one more word.
One of the things I forgot in my welcome, and I talked about it in Mount Pleasant, we've thought about doing this for the last couple administrations, and I think there's enough value in it. 2% is not a guaranteed thing, but when we work collectively and collaboratively, we can make every dollar stretch. What we want to do is we want to schedule a series of roundtables with representatives from each of your entities to talk about what your needs are, to talk about what you'd like to see in the 2% applications and where they're going. Give us an opportunity to talk to you about where the 2% came from, its origins, the history of it, and what the tribe's intent of 2% was for within your communities. So Misty Wolfgang was introduced to you. She's one of the council staff. We're going to be working in coordination with her to get things scheduled so we can have those discussions and do a better job of doing the incredible job that we do in applying 2% to our communities. Like the one gentleman said, 700 and some students are going to be touched in some way by today's check. That's what we're going for. So once again, thank you.
That now concludes our 2% distribution for this spring 2016 season. And I just want to remind everybody we do have some snacks over here. Feel free to dig in and eat those and make sure they're taken care of so we're not wasting things. So again, thank everyone for coming and look forward to seeing you this fall.